Exercise number 1, single leg deadlift with knee, elbow, A. So what that looks like, we're going single leg deadlift, knee to elbow, driving to A. Okay? When we go knee to elbow, we're getting a little bit of core, and then the A, we're getting kind of a more sport specific, sprinter specific movement. Next movement, single leg squat with a pause below 90. If you have 2 soup cans or a full water bottle, you can use something for this, and we can do this off a height. So you could higher the height, more room for this foot to glide, lower the height, more we just kind of have to stick it out. So with or without this, we're going single leg squat, look to pause, and then come up. Okay? So maybe if we went off this height, so we're kind of giving ourselves more room for this foot, but again, we don't need it. I didn't pause on the last one, but that's okay. And look to track your knee, so when we're doing that single leg squat, we're not caving in, right? We want to keep it tracking above that, mid-foot spot and in line with our hips. Our next movement are sprinter wall drives, which I actually don't really have a good wall out here. Yeah, I don't have a good wall at all. I don't know. I'll kind of show you on here. Nice. Okay. So you're pushing against the wall. You're leaned over. Okay, like we're falling forward, like we're sprinting. Weight in the midfoot, core engaged, but then glutes on. Right. From here, we're doing a sprinter drive. So we're driving this knee up, driving it back down. As we drive it down, this other leg comes up. All right, so we can start with singles. And then we can progress to doubles. If you're doing doubles, make sure you switch sides or start on each foot as appropriately. I don't know. Okay, and that's our first superset. Okay, take a little bit of rest, go through it again. Should be activating through our glutes, our hamstrings, our quads nicely by the end of that. Then we're doing a rear foot elevated split squat hop. We're going to do that for 30 seconds. So again, both of these heights would work. What you can do is you can put a little something in front of your foot. So I put that weight, and you don't actually want it, we don't actually want to be jumping over it, so we might land on it and get hurt. You can put like a piece of paper or a couple pencils, or I don't know, really it doesn't matter. But you slide it a bit in front, and then you're looking at it and you're imagining jumping over it. So you're not actually jumping over it, you're just imagining. That'll just help us jump a little better, help us be a bit more precise and not to get lost maybe to the left or right. So rear foot elevated, split hop jumps, driving with our arms. Maybe move somewhere to the other side, maybe you can see me a bit better. Okay, so we're focusing on foot placement, loading mechanics, and then jumping mechanics. 30 seconds, if that's easy. Go for longer. And then we can go straight into kind of the same movement. You can load it this time if you have something for weight. But we're just gonna do that lateral lunge, pause, up. Sorry, not lateral, split squat. I think we're doing 8 of those. Easy enough. Then our last exercise are 2 up, 1 down jumps. So we're generating a lot of stiffness and tension through our glutes, our ankles, our knees. And it's good to develop that, because if we're sprinting, running, jumping, and you're impacting the ground really hard, but then something in this chain isn't strong, like our core or our hips, then we're going to be losing power out of those weak points. So we want to be able to be stiff and rigid so that the power gets transferred maximally, I guess. So a 2 up, 1 down jump looks like, I'll just do it off the little step. Wait, which steps can you see? Oh yeah, you can see them all. You see over here? Not really. We're going off of 2, and then when we hit the top, we're just going off 1. So it's 2 up, 1 down. If I was doing a higher step, we'd go 2 up. Yeah, we want to do minimal ground contact. So we're always just hitting the ground up as fast as we can. Those you can also increase appropriate as you like, I guess, for difficulty. Then our last set of exercises, we have a single leg drop to a jump. So what a single leg drop looks like, we can do it off of a height, but if you've never done kind of like these drop or loading exercises, we can just do them from standing. So if I was going to drop onto this leg, I'd bring my weight up, I would load it, so that's my drop, and then I'd jump. Okay? Don't quote me on this. I think this is training the stretch shortening cycle. You're also practicing loading into a position that you have to be powerful from. So that's a nice kind of movement to teach. And they do, I don't know, I like them. It might feel weird, it might not feel the most difficult, but remember, a lot of this is maybe not, we're not trying to squat our max weight here. What we're trying to do is practice mechanics, practice moving right, pattern ourselves. So something like this. Oh, bad one. And I'm traveling quite a bit on my jumps, so I can challenge myself to be jumping from the same spot and landing in the same spot. And then sticking our landing as well. So like there, for example, we can see I'm not ready to do this from a height yet. Still learning that movement. Okay. Next thing, it's a lateral lunge transfer. So we'll hang out in this position for about a minute. What we're doing is we're getting used to this low position with our foot, knee, hip lined up. We're going to transfer back and forth. Okay? So making sure we're using our glute, driving our glute back. We don't want to be sitting with our knees out in front and doing this. Our glutes are back. We're strong. We can have some arms active. Okay, we want to be good in this position. We want to be strong in this position. We throw from here. We're covering someone. We're stopping from here, and then we're strong from there. All right, we're playing defense from here. All of it. Really important position, so practice being strong in there, seeing how low we can get, seeing how strong and stable we are. And again, we're just transferring back and forth, staying low the whole time. Ooh, the last one. I might pop inside for this one. It's a towel slide. So take a towel. We're going 1 out, 2 in. Probably fold it better. So, 1 out, 2 in. 1 out, 2 in. What was I going to mention with those? Your feet can be kind of close, otherwise you just kind of miss the towel. And yeah, those are a hamstring movement. So when we're executing it, the focus is, you know, it's going to be hamstring driven, but we want to make sure that if you see my hips, that I'm not sliding out like this and then sliding back in. We're keeping hips high and strong. So then we'd be sliding out and then sliding in, keeping our hips up and stable throughout. And I think that's it. Let me know if you have any questions.